Yes, the people. Hope everyone's good, hope everyone's well. Big up everyone, as you can tell, people. Probably can sound as well. I'm still not so well. Still got this cold slash flu or whatever it is, what's going around. And it's nasty, like, but as I said the other day, people, we keep moving, we keep fighting. Christmas all week, less than 2 weeks now. So yeah, keep going, keep fighting. And yeah, big up everyone, big up the grafters every time. Now then, people, as you will tell by the headline slash thumbnail of this video, the JDP video Craig Rach VP gets deeper and deeper now. Anyone who's watched this from the start, yeah, has seen like the back and forth what's been going on, their reply and all this sort of stuff. Now, when I first come across it, everyone knows, whoever's not watched it, most of the people who would have watched it now. When this first come about, I was one of the first people to message JDP on Instagram, behind the scenes of YouTube, and say, like, look, bro, what you're doing here is quite wrong. You know, this woman, she's a woman for one. You know, if you want to have a back and forth with Video Craig, then, you know, call him out. And JDP was adamant that, no, this, he's literally saying to me, bro, I thought you was a real one, And at first I was adamant that, listen, it's fucking wrong what's happening. But then, as time's passed on, more videos have been made, and I haven't really commented on it much since about a couple of days ago, really. JDP's made numerous videos since. Now, today I will watch, I'm struggling to breathe and everything here. Yeah, I was watching a JDP video earlier on this morning, and it was on his other channel, not his banter JDP, it's on the other one. And he's got a lot of information off a Discord chat and all sorts of other stuff where people who are meant to be friends with Video Craig, Rachel, and all these sort of people who quite clearly have fallen out with Rach, and it's mainly Rach. I don't like to even push Craig into it because a lot of this is Rach's doing. Now, in this Discord chat, what I'm going to post up here in a minute, people, this picture what's going around, you know, how can someone like me be messaging JDP behind the scenes saying to someone like JDP, look, lay off this woman, she's a woman, she doesn't deserve it, blah, 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 when this woman is in these Discord chats in Rachel, threatening people like Amy, the problem child. But when I say threatening, not just like typing, oh yeah, she's going to get it whenever I see her. Like proper putting emojis and all that sort of stuff. Now, what you've got to put into consideration here, people, yeah, this woman, Rachel, and as I said at the start, you know, I felt sorry for her, I heard a story, blah, 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 but it really does make me wonder, why has this story only just come out now about her husband doing all this stuff to her when this woman has been behind the scenes, not only to Jimmy Newman, not only to JDP, not only to Amy the Problem Child, Dimitri Mushrooms, you know, there's some of the stuff what's being said, and I've only got one picture, but some of the stuff what's being said here, like if this were my mum or my sister or someone like this typing like this, I'd 100% saying to him, sort your fucking head out. Like, what are you typing shit like that in the chat for? You're trying to get yourself nicked. Because even if you was going to go do something like that, you don't go type it in a fucking chat and be telling the whole world, oh yeah, I'm going to go do this. Now, as I say, people, it's really frustrating me the fact that this Rach has come out and give this sob story, and I don't get me wrong, I felt sorry for her, as I say. But then to be doing this behind the scenes and knowing that you're doing all this, to come out and then do this podcast and everyone will feel sorry for me. Because that's what it is. Oh, everyone feels sorry for me. I was getting abused and the relationship I was in was horrible. But hang on a minute. You're in a relationship. What is horrible? Don't get me wrong, that guy is a scumbag. Whatever he's done to you, he is a scumbag. And if you had real friends around you, real men around you, then I punched his head in months ago. Straight up fact. Because if that was my... I've got many friends who are girls, and if that was happening to them, I'd have smashed the guy's head in, and a lot of people would have done, a lot of mates would have backed it. So in my opinion, the people who are claiming, oh yeah, this guy's a fucking well, what is he really that bad? Because hang on a minute, people, why did no one lay a finger on him? He's meant to be laying fingers on Rachel, but Rachel's got all these people around her, she goes to all the bare knuckle events, blah, 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 blah. Yet, no one ever laid a finger on this guy. So as I say, it's all questionable, people, it really is. But one thing that is really making me go off the whole Rach scenario, not so much Video Craig, because, as I say, I've never really had a problem with him, and I do generally believe that Rach is bringing a lot of this heat to Video Craig. Now, I know I understand the friends and all that sort of stuff. I understand they're all friends and whatever, but at the end of the day, you know, this woman's claiming to be a hard-done-by victim. yet she's putting pressure and victimising other people who are vulnerable and, you know, like, maybe the problem child, yeah, don't get me wrong, she's got her problems and all that sort of stuff, but at the end of the day, she didn't need some of that shit what's being said there. You know, people sending cars round to her estate and all that sort of stuff, it's wrong. Yet JDP's coming on YouTube talking a bit of facts and JDP's going to catch a case. Like, fuck off, honestly. That is what grinds me. Where I'm from, you get fucking terrorised for that sort of stuff. Simple as that. You know, and it is what it is. I'm not trying to act big, I'm not trying to act anything, but at the end of the day, as I've said, JDP's, at first I thought he was chatting shit. But the more this is going on, look at the proof that he's pulling out that this Rachel is a really narcissist woman who's causing trouble for a lot of other people, yet trying to claim that she's a victim of abusive relationships and all that sort of stuff. Now, as I say, it's messy. I don't even want to comment on it, but what's winding me up is the fact that they're trying to sit behind the scenes, acting all victimised, when they're doing it to people behind the scenes again. So, as I say, I'm fuming. I'm not even actually fuming. It just winds me up at the fact that there's quite a few people out there still saying, oh, I feel sorry for Rach, I feel sorry for Rach. And I did, as I've said. But how can you feel sorry for someone who's putting that much pressure and threatening people and trying to break relationships up and ringing round schools and trying to get people's kids taken off them? Do you know what I mean, people? Like, I'm quite a sound guy, but at the end of the day, you know what's right and you know what's wrong. And I know what's right and I know what's wrong. And what Rach has been through is wrong. But what she's also doing to other people's families and people's relationships is fucking wrong. So if anyone wants to come in the comments and say any different, come in the comments and say any different. But I know for a fact that I'm talking sense. Now, let me know what you think in the comments of yourself, people, because as I say, I sort of come into this scenario by sticking up for him, messaging JDP, telling him to stop. And like I say, how can someone like me tell JDP to stop when he's pulling out facts of what these people are doing behind the scenes to certain individuals, and all these have done is post a couple of pictures saying that JDP's missus is his sister, and also try and get his kids taken out of school, all that sort of stuff, which I find wrong. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments, people. Big up absolutely everyone. As I say, we're still feeling very unwell. As you can probably tell I'm breathing, I'm fucking struggling to make this video. But we are going to go live as well we're going to go live, talk a bit more about this for anyone who wants to get their comments in and all that sort of stuff. But we're also going to be watching the Manchester City versus Real Madrid game. So yeah, come over, hit that notification bell. And yeah, as I say, people, big up everyone. And as I say, I'm not on anyone's side here, but one thing I will say is I know what's right and I know what's wrong. So, peace. Now, this is a comment left by a supposedly friend of hers who was friends with Craig and Rachel at the time. Let me know what you think.